In the dusk, the lavender house had dimmed to gray. Odd shadows played across marble Greek gods and various states of undress lining its circular drive. The statues were no doubt Courtney's idea. Bara couldn't decide if they were spooky with their shadow-veiled eyes or just plain tacky. Either way, she wasn't a fan. Across town, her mother's drive was lined with cherry trees, pink in the spring, mauve in the fall. Gravel crunched under her feet as she passed the stone army. It stopped when she stepped onto the marble entryway and disappeared into the shadow of a portico. Not having a key, she rang the bell and waited. Seconds later, one of the heavy black doors opened. Thank God. No Courtney. "Oh, hello, Miss Bara," Gloria drawled in her deep southern tones. It was a little like having Scarlett O'Hara for a maid. "Won't you come in?" Bara went inside. "Give me your things, girl." Gloria held out her arms. Bara handed over her coat, but kept her bag and the treasured diary inside. "Where's my father?" she asked. "He's still at the office, but he rang that he'll be home for dinner." Then Gloria answered the question Bara hadn't asked. "Mrs. Kavanaugh's in the study with a friend. She said you should join her for tea." It took Bara a moment to realize Gloria wasn't talking about her mother, but Courtney. She was definitely not going to join her stepmother for tea. Faking a yawn, she made an excuse. "I'm really tired. I think I'll take a nap. I'll tell Miss Kavanaugh." Gloria headed to the study. Taking 2 steps at a time, just in case Courtney decided to come say hello, Bara raced up the stairs. She was almost at the top when the voices from the open study door reached her. There were the musical tones of her stepmother and another speaker with an odd accent. British, perhaps? The voice sounded strangely familiar. Bara almost went back downstairs to see who it was, but her white lie was quickly becoming the truth. All of a sudden, she was very tired. She shrugged off any interest and continued on her way. The room set aside as hers was being redecorated the last time she'd been at the house. Mr. Kavanaugh had suggested she and Courtney decorate it together. Bara had refused, sullenly telling her stepmother to do whatever she wanted with the room. Bad move. Bara opened the door and almost fell backwards. It was a pink palace. The palest pink wallpaper with white and silver roses, a dusty rose bedspread, and a carpet displaying every shade of pink from petal to bright fuchsia. The only other color was white. All the rich wooden furniture had been whitewashed. A pink and white palace for a Barbie doll. Yuck. Bara made a face of disgust and then went inside. She kicked off her boots, forgetting Colin's suggestion she sleep with her shoes on, dropped her bag on a chair, and plopped herself down on the bed. She might have had a full 9 hours the night before, but it was hardly a restful sleep. She climbed under the blankets and laid her head on a fluffy and very frilly pink pillow. The ache returned to her feet now that her boots were off, but she didn't ponder her poor dogs for long. She quickly fell into the early stages of sleep. A tired mind went over the recent events. Bara thought about the diary. She imagined what the beautiful golden-haired witch Guinevere must have looked like to have inspired so much passion. Her thoughts drifted to the dream of the night before, and she reimagined the hideous wolf with its glorious silver coat and the mysterious Wisp. Tears came to her eyes when she recalled the messenger and her silent mouth opening and closing, and the dark-haired boy. He'd stolen the locket from the wolf. The locket! Her eyes flew open. It's too ridiculous. What are the odds? There'd definitely be no sleeping now. Bara rose from the bed and left the pink palace. She crept down the hall to the top of the stairs, but stopped before coming down. Her stepmother and her guest were at the door. Courtney blocked the other woman, but Bara caught just a glimpse of dark hair before hiding behind the corner. She strained to hear what the 2 women were saying. "You're certain she still has the diary? They were reading it today in the square." That voice, it was so familiar. "I guess there's little we can do if she's been chosen," Courtney said. "I do wish it could be otherwise." "We should confront her," the other woman urged. "No, we'll keep an eye on her for now. We still may be able to get the diary back." Courtney opened the heavy oak door, and the crackle of leaves in the wind muffled the end of the conversation. There was the thump of the closing door, and then the clip-clop of footsteps retreating into the study. Bara ran back to the pink palace for her boots and bag. She'd go to Colin. Together they'd decide what to do. Intent on escape, she didn't hear the approaching footsteps. "Are you going somewhere?" Bara turned around, and there was Courtney. Courtney's skin and hair were golden, and her beauty timeless. But the clincher? The locket hung from her throat, the dream locket, the one the dark-haired boy had stolen from the wolf. If Bara hadn't been sure before, she was now. Her new stepmother was Sedgwick's witch. She had to be. Courtney took a few steps forward and asked again, "Are you going somewhere?" I thought I'd go for a walk." "Do you think that's a good idea? It's dark. You shouldn't be out alone. It isn't safe." She crossed the room and took the book bag. "Please give me my bag," Bara croaked. Courtney gave her the oddest look, and Bara lost the power to close her eyes or open her mouth. For real. She tried to do both. She really couldn't. She couldn't move. Fortunately, the spell didn't last long. Welcome noises flowed into the room. There were footsteps on the stairs. They were still facing each other when a cheerful Mr. Kavanagh appeared in the doorway. "Hey, you two," he almost chirped. "Can I cut in on the girl talk?" Suddenly free to move again, Bara fell into his arms. He kissed her on the cheek and then wrapped an arm around Courtney's shoulder. "What's for dinner?" he asked. "It smells delicious." "Pot roast. I'll go see to it." Courtney peeled her eyes from Bara and went to leave, the bag and the diary within still in her grip. Summoning her courage, Bara held out her hand. "Courtney, my bag." Bara waited, not sure what Courtney would do. She was pretty confident she was safe with her father there, but then she wasn't used to dealing with a witch. Courtney didn't look very happy, but handed the bag over. "I'll see you both downstairs," she said, and exited through the open door. "I'm so glad you're here, Daddy," Bara sobbed into his sleeve.
The Wisp is published on Amazon.com. Also available on Amazon is Monsters, Real and Imagined, Tragic, Frightening, and Funny, All Too Brief, a collection of short stories and poetry. Strays, a collection of short stories and philosophical love poems, and Tattoo, Calling All Soldiers Home, a collection of poems in brevity.